Okay, and I want to talk about this with Ari Aramesh. Okay, he's an Iranian-born attorney and national security consultant. Ari, here's what I think is going on. And a little bit you're going to say, yeah, no kidding, I told you this last time. I think this is the theocracy, this is the power structure trying to get people outside Iran to care about the problems less by pretending there's progress. I've seen them do this before, so have you. The Attorney General doesn't control the morality police, and there's no reason to believe that women will be allowed to dress the way they want, no matter who's policing it, right?
You know, I'm a California native, but I call that New York common sense. And that is exactly picking it up. I lived in New York a couple of years. That is just seeing through the problem right there and calling it, just like President Biden would say, that's malarkey. The morality police, which is part of the national police, so you have the police force, and each police force has its own city or sort of, let's say, a metropolitan division, but they all follow one brigadier general. That's the head of the entire country's police force. He, and it's always a he, is appointed directly by Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He's the supreme leader and commander-in-chief of all Iranian armed forces. Now, the morality police, which is a sort of, let's say, religious, pseudo-ideological wing of the police, is in charge of cracking down on people who may misbehave according to their interpretation of Islamic law. Even if they say that the morality police is going to go away. You know, Chris, the Islamic Republic of Iran is founded on a few principles. If we were to dissect its DNA, one of it is anti-American rhetoric. One is supporting pretty much every troublemaker in the world and those in the region. But another part of it is controlling women. It's that sort of misogynistic ideology, that radical Islamist ideology that says, without your husband's permission, it can't work. Without your husband's permission, you can't get a passport. Oh, you want custody of your kids? No, you can't. And that is something, if they give up, they might as well give up the whole thing. Now, so what do I mean by that? They may change its name, call it from, change it from morality police to the virtuoso or police for chastity, something like that. But if they give up control and they give up their order and sort of the repression of women, well, for that matter, we can say regime change has happened. So I'm saying that is synonymous with regime change. If they did that, they might as well call it something else.
So there is nothing that leads to progress, in your opinion, except regime change. How does that happen short of just outright, bloody revolution?
The regime has had years and years to reform itself. Came to power in '79, had a glorious, quote unquote, reformist election in 1997. President Mohammad Khatami came to power. There was a lot of fanfare around him for 8 years. Guess who replaces him? Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, the guy who comes to New York City, goes to the UN, talks about the destruction of Israel, takes the country backwards. Again, you have another election. President Rouhani becomes president. He tries to reach some sort of a nuclear rapprochement, but again, goes back. Guess what? The entire system is based upon the order and the dictum of one, and that is the supreme leader. When Ayatollah Khomeini was alive, the man, behind the hostage crisis and so on and so forth, he called the shots. Now that Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is in charge, he calls the shots. This regime is not reformable, and I don't think it's going to be necessarily a bloody revolution, but what it means is this: the West, the free world, and the people of Iran can do a lot more together to get rid of this regime that is bad for the people of Iran, for our national security interests, for American interests, and for the free world.
That's, the joint interest here is, as an American, I know this is going to affect what Iran plays as a malefactor, like it's doing in Ukraine right now, and trying to exacerbate tension to distract from its own. And it's the job to keep it in front of people's eyes in this country so that we can have leaders discuss why they're doing or not doing whatever they decide on the issue of Iran. So I will stay on it. Ari, thank you for your continuing help. Brother Aramesh, good luck to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.